Yeah.
If I ever said I'm never scared, just know I mean it.
What's up, guys? Thank you for clicking on this video and coming back to my channel to watch another vlog. I know that they are very sporadic at the moment and not exactly consistent, but like I've said, work every single day, sometimes twice a day, from like one job to the next. Life is just like all over the place. But I actually have a decent amount of time off today, or this week actually, so definitely gonna try and put out as many vlogs as I possibly can. I really do like vlogging. I've definitely gotten like more comfortable with it, just from doing it. Sorry, I just have like some notes for this video right here because I know I actually wrote some stuff down, because usually I just sit here and ramble and don't really know if I ever get a point across. So we are going to try to not let that happen. Ax, what are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come say hi. Alright. So let's get started. Obviously, as you can tell, the topic of this vlog is how to transition into intuitive eating. Now, before I get started, there are a couple things I guess I want to just throw out there. I'm obviously not bashing or going against anyone who does track and who enjoys tracking, or has been tracking for a while. Tracking is a great tool. You can definitely benefit from it. You will, definitely see progress with it, especially if you're doing it right, especially even if you have like a coach helping you with it. I've done it for 3 years. I definitely do use it and implement it into my life when I do prep for shows. But currently, I am not tracking my macros. I don't even have my fitness app on my phone anymore. I am 110% intuitive eating, if you want to call it that, aka eating like a normal everyday person. So what I did and how I got to where I am and my comfort level with this may not work for you. This is my life, this is how it worked for me. You have your own life, you got your own stuff going on. So I'm going to give you I'm going to tell you, what I did and how, my thought process, I guess, through it. And hopefully, if you're struggling with trying to get into intuitive eating, that this can help you and you can take some stuff away from it. So my last prep ended in April. So I've been in this improvement season for almost like a full 5 months. And I knew that reverse dieting the right way, if you even want to call it that, with slowly increasing your calories, your carbs and your fats, I knew that was going to be a struggle for me because I honestly just felt very burnt out after this last prep. I've only prepped twice. I've only had really 2 competing seasons in my career so far. They were kind of very back-to-back. There was only like 8 weeks in between them. And in that 8 weeks, I was still strictly tracking and doing that whole proper reverse diet. Now for me, not tracking, my main goal with that was not because I felt, super obsessive with it. I didn't feel obsessive with it. I was just getting burnt out and tired. And the main reason, I really just wanted to go out and just experience and live my life. And, yes, you can absolutely 100% do that and track your macros, like, completely. Like, you totally can. That is the point of tracking macros. It allows you to go out and, moderate your diet, but you don't have to moderate your life. I knew that I really needed to take a break, and I thought, what better time to take a break than knowing that I'm not going to be competing for a while, and knowing that there's so many more things in my life right now that I want to go and experience. I wanted to get my certification to be a sports nutritionist, which I did complete. I knew that I was going to be working more. I have a boyfriend now, obviously I have my family, and it's the summer. I just wanted to enjoy it. The first thing I did when I was trying to transition myself into full, intuitive eating, I would eat, throughout the day, and at the end of the night, kind of log into MyFitnessPal what it is that I ate, and then kind of see like where I was and evaluate where I was, you know, did I get enough protein? Did I go way over on protein? Did I not eat enough carbs? You know, things like that. The next day I could be like a little bit more mindful, but like, oh, I have to add in some protein here, or I'm gonna take some of this protein out of this meal. I was still also weighing and, you know, weighing everything. And I kept that up for I kept that up for a while, actually. Probably like a couple weeks. And then to my friend Ashley, who really, honestly, she helped me the most. She's the one who really spoke to me and talked me into just deleting my MyFitnessPal and, you know, re-downloading it when prep will start again and just starting fresh, starting new. And it has honestly been like the best decision I think I've ever made. So what I recommend doing is, if you have been tracking for a while, you definitely know, you know, you're definitely good at estimating, you're definitely good at, you know, eyeballing portions, you're definitely, you know the macros in certain foods. You know, if you ask me like how many, you know, carbs, proteins, and fats are in like a Pop-Tart, I could literally just tell you right now. I'm pretty sure it's like 32 carbs, maybe a protein, and like 4 fat. I don't really eat Pop-Tarts, so that's really just big old guess, but I think it's something like that. Anyway, we're not gonna play the guessing game right now. That's not what this is about. But anyway, that's the point. You just know. You just know. You have this whole like database in your brain, and you know, as much as you try to forget it, it's just not gonna happen. It's just like in there. So when you're first starting with trying to transition into intuitive eating, the number one thing that you have to do is not eat these same exact meals that you were doing and that you were weighing out and that you were plugging into MyFitnessPal, because that's not intuitive eating. That's not, you know, eating what you want, when you want, you know, listening to your hunger signs and all that. That's you eating the exact same way and just not plugging it into your phone, which is not intuitive. No, like I said, you know the, you know, macro breakdown for those meals, so that's not helping anyone. You can do what I did and, you know, eat intuitively throughout the day, and then at the end of the night, kind of plug it into MyFitnessPal and just evaluate where you are, so you know kind of like a rough estimate of what you're eating. Are you under eating? Are you severely overeating? And then after that, I mean, you don't have to go all the way and delete MyFitnessPal off your phone if you don't want to, but I knew that in order to really not track and to really just intuitively eat, I had to, because I knew that like the temptation to just plug everything in would always be there. I would slowly stop tracking. Just don't plug it in. I know it sounds so much, it definitely sounds, you know, easier said than done, but that's honestly just like what you have to do. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, that you're not gonna feel stressed, that you're not gonna feel kind of anxious over it, because I know I did. I was like, oh my god, I'm eating this and like I'm not putting it into my phone, like this is weird. Which kind of is a sad way to think about it, or to think at all, but it's the truth. When you've been tracking, you've been doing this for, you know, over and over again for years, not doing it is more weird than actually doing it. I knew that in order to, you know, grow and change and really, you know, work on not only physical gains, but as well as like mental gains, I had to do it. I had to put in that conscious effort, and, you know, I had to get comfortable with that uncomfortability. Words. Another thing that I did, and that I think will definitely be beneficial if you are trying to, you know, intuitive eat, is to really be mindful of what you're eating and why you're eating it. You know, are you eating something because you are actually hungry, like you feel physically hungry, or are you just bored? Are you eating out of some type of like emotion? And that's hard to do sometimes, because, without having some like structured macros to, guide you through your day. I feel that a lot of people, when they first stop tracking, kind of take it as like, oh, there's nothing holding me back anymore. Let me just eat everything that I couldn't normally fit into my daily macros. That's not a good way to go about it. Of course, eat things that you want, eat things that you like and enjoy, but you have to, because if you do that, if you just go and you just start eating things that you normally, couldn't fit into your daily, allowance, you're going to stress out even more, and you're going to, all of a sudden feel super full and bloated, and you're gonna, see the scale go up. You're gonna see like physical changes happen more quickly than you may want, and you'll probably freak out and stress out and re-download the app and just be right back to tracking, and that's not what we want here. That's not the goal. The goal is to be comfortable with going out, eating, and just enjoying yourself. Yes, obviously you can make your own meals. I'm not saying like, oh, to intuitively you have to just like go out and, eat at restaurants or something. Like, no. The majority of my meals I eat at home. I end up making them, but I just eat what I want and whatever I'm craving. But when you do go out, it's important to, one, be present and be mindful of where you are and who you're with. Engage in the conversation, enjoy the people around you. Also, you have to order what you want. Obviously, when I first started, again, with trying to transition into this intuitive eating, I was still very conscious of every single thing that I was eating and ordering whenever I was out. I would always try to order something healthy, and I would still feel like a sense of guilt if maybe I did order something that wasn't necessarily healthy for you. Again, you have to get comfortable with a sense of uncomfortability. No way you're going to change and progress and, develop this if you just keep doing the same exact things over and over again, if you're not challenging yourself every day to just go that little bit further. This is probably the main thing that truly helped me be comfortable with not tracking, with really just intuitive eating, and, developing this sense of confidence and the most comfortable that I have felt ever in my life with actually just eating. You have to realize that there is more to your life than just going to the gym and tracking your macros and making sure you hit them perfectly day in and day out. If you want to start, with just even like a couple of days, maybe not tracking here and there, and slowly like transition to doing it full time, that's a great way to do it too. If you want to go out and go out with your friends and go out to dinner and have fun and just sit back and relax, good. Do it, please. I beg you, just do it. Go out, have fun. Don't think about fitness. I mean, of course, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, because obviously fitness is a huge part of my life, and it's going to be for who knows how long, until I'm 65 years old and with gray hair sitting in a chair eating frozen pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't know. I'm gonna say it again, but you have to just be very mindful of yourself, and you have to look at yourself objectively. You can't, scrutinize yourself, and you can't start comparing yourself to others. I know that a lot of us probably struggle with that. I absolutely have before. But you know what? You have to think, everyone is different. Now, what I'm about to say are not my own words. They came from Alyssa, at Alyssa on Instagram. But I listened to her Snapchat story the other day, and I loved what she said. She said it so perfectly, and I love her and her mind and the way she thinks. She just has this way with words, and she's just so good at it. She's good at words and I am not good at words, so I'm going to use her words. She said, "You are not a body. You are a soul with a body, and let how you treat that outward body be a manifestation of how you treat yourself." And of course, all of this does not just happen overnight. You're not just gonna wake up, the next day and be like, all right, ready to go. It doesn't happen like that. Nothing happens like that. You have to put in that conscious effort and continually practice it day in and day out until you get good at it, until you just get good at intuitive eating. I know that sounds silly and it sounds like something so simple, but like, it's not, especially when you have tracked for a while. It's something new to you, and whenever we learn something new, we have to practice it in order to get good at it. So I don't want this to turn into a complete ranting video. I really just want to give you some tips, some pointers, things that have worked for me in order for me to get to this place where I'm at, with my intuitive eating. And again, like I said in the beginning of this video, not everything is gonna work for you. You have to definitely try it and see if it does. If it doesn't, find something else that will. Just as a little recap, the first thing you should do, I think, is to just not track anything in MyFitnessPal or whatever app you're using. Change up the meals that you have been eating. If you have been eating these same exact meals every single day, change those up so you don't necessarily know the exact macros in them, because like I said, we do have just all of that stored information in our brains, and it's not just gonna go away. You can't just delete it. So don't be afraid to try new things. That's the whole purpose of this, is to go out, try new things, and really experience life, experience different foods. So, and at the end of the day, plug it into MyFitnessPal and just evaluate where you are. Don't get caught up on it. If you think that you've had way too many carbs or way too many fats or not enough protein or anything like that, don't get caught up on it. It's not that big of a deal. You don't need enough protein. Your muscles aren't gonna evaporate into thin air. You're not gonna, not be strong the next day. And slowly, don't plug it into MyFitnessPal. Don't check on yourself every single night, because that's just going to be another behavior that isn't going to allow you to grow and allow you to really push and further yourself along with trying to intuitively eat. Definitely, make your own meals. You don't have to go out for every single meal. When you do go out though, order things you want, order things you like. Don't just constantly order salads and chicken and, order a burger, order, your favorite dish at a restaurant that you used to always get, but then you stopped ordering because it didn't fit your macros. Enjoy it. Engage in the conversations, be mindful and notice what's going on around you. Appreciate what you have in life at that moment, and appreciate the people that you're with and spending time with, because they matter more than the food on your plate. Also think to yourself why you're eating certain things, when you're eating them. Do you notice a pattern? Are you, eating all these sweets at night, or, because maybe you're depriving yourself of them during the day or something? Are you eating enough to fuel your workouts? Do you still feel, do you feel run down in the gym? Are you only really getting through half of your lift or something? And if so, eat more for a pre-workout. If you think you're struggling with getting enough calories in, look for things that are, bigger and more dense in calories, like Cliff Bars. Those things are awesome. They have a bunch of carbs. They're higher in calories. Even Fit Crunch bars. I think those are 300 plus calories. Eat those. That'll up your calories without making you feel like you're eating so much food, or that, you're super full. Where that if you do stop tracking, that you aren't just trying to go out and eat everything that, you once couldn't fit into your, daily, caloric and macro intake. We're trying to make this whole intuitive eating thing, or at least I was, and hopefully that's what you're trying to do too if you're watching this video. But, we're trying to make it easier on ourselves. We're trying to make it more a part of our life. So you have all the time in the world to go and eat ice cream and Pop-Tarts and tacos and burgers and all of that. You don't have to eat it all in the same day. You feel that intuitive eating, is stressing you out and giving you all of this maybe some anxiety and nervousness. don't just quit. Don't just stop and re-download the app, and don't just go back to tracking. That's the time where you really have to put in a little bit more effort, where you really have to sit back and think to yourself, okay, what is making me feel so anxious about this? Why can't I just eat without feeling the need to plug it in to an app? You can still reach your goals if you're not tracking your macros. This is the strongest I've ever been, and I haven't tracked for almost 5 months. So I hope this video kind of helped anyone out there who's looking to get into intuitive eating. And if you have any other questions at all, please comment below. I will gladly answer them. And I appreciate again you guys watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. Again, comment below any questions. I do also have a couple more client spots open for training and nutrition coaching. The link to my website is below in the description box, so definitely check it out if you are in search of a coach. I would love to work with you so much. Definitely, come find me on all my other social medias. All those are definitely down there too, and I will definitely be seeing you guys in the next video. So have a good day.